10,
9, 8,
7,
6, 3, 2,
1.
0.
The myth, the legend, QuessX.
What's up, Dash League? We are in the Acolyte and Viking matchups, and my name's RaederGator. I'm joining the booth with a full booth. I got Humbles, got Nickle Monster, and got QuessX in here. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
Heck yeah! I guess everyone wants to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. I can't speak for everyone, but I think this is going to be a very exciting match. We've got killers on both sides here. So we're going to get some action today, I believe.
Heck yeah, everyone loves to see that.
Definitely anticipating a pretty well-balanced match between these two teams.
I'm curious to see what lineups they will both bring. Both teams have some really, really fun names to watch. I'm curious to see who they're going to put up to the stage today.
Yeah, no,
See how many times I call them a cult instead of acolyte. So we'll see how I fare in correctly naming them.
I think they pride in that because they changed their logo to something a little bit more ominous. After we started calling them a cult.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, anyway, we're still waiting on one player for each team. Once that comes through, then we can start doing lineups. But let's not look at this. I don't know what's going on here. We're just looking away. But let's go over maps real quick. Got them right here. Does anyone remember what maps we got?
yeah, I believe it's Canyon and Quarry, though. Two rock maps. Or rock cycles right now.
Heck yeah. And hopefully it goes to a CP because everyone loves to do a CP. I know I do.
I love watching control points, but they're not always super fun to play in. Just because of the adrenaline rush. Stressful.
Yeah, for sure. I think we'll pan to someone else because I started getting dizzy right there. But let's see if... Okay, we're still waiting on one more player for Viking. Hopefully they're not doing a 5v4. That would really suck for them. But anyways, let's go over our lineups. Does that sound good to you guys? Let me get that real quick. All right. There's y'all's lineups. What do y'all's... Does anyone want to read them all?
Yeah, let me go through it here. So
Yeah.
on the Acolyte side, we've got Zuinyu, Snuffed, Echo, Speed, and Frank the Third. I guess Viking is still putting their players in there. But there's already some comments to be made. I mean, Aspie, Python, Firefox. I've seen these names around at lobbies. These are all active players who've been playing a little bit, prepping the season. So maybe short of Speed, who might be brusting off the dust, and Echo. You know, this is worth some commendation here. Echo is playing all the way from China.
Really?
So that's yeah, that is he's playing every match at incredible ping, and the fact that this guy performs at the level that he does with, you know, a second sometimes delay is incredible. So we'll be getting to see today, you know, how stable the connection is. I played with them earlier today. Actually, I just got off from being online. I got to see Echo, Speed, Zoo. I've seen all those guys are on today, and they're running around doing well. So I think they'll be able to put up some good challenge, which is exciting, because Viking is not pulling their punches. They're Aspie. I played with them earlier this week. A strong player returning to the league. I believe, I don't remember if they played last season, but they've been around for a while. They're not as new as some of the other names that we see here. Speed as well, right? Older player. Echo played on, I believe, Berserk last season. So we'll wait to see those two.
Yeah, so I got notified that Small Quad can't make it. So this will be interesting on the Viking side. And that's one of their captains too.
Do they allow 4v5s this season? I know they have in the past. I'm not sure if they still do.
Yep, they do allow 4v5s to happen, even 4v4s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna of course hope for a 5v5. It'd be nice to see these teams bring their full push.
I think Aspie's trying to get some working on his phone, trying to get someone in.
One more player. I've seen names pop in and out. I'm assuming they're maybe trying to get some teammates who are maybe in other lobbies, didn't realize the time or such.
Oh wow, it just popped in quick. It's like they knew each other.
So we've got some high numbers but new names to me. Buns Bunny and Clonosaurus. These are names I've not heard before. Unless they didn't get a chance to change their name.
Only one I haven't noticed was Python, but everyone else I remember.
Yeah, I just played Python in the pub last night. I didn't really recognize him, but he's a pretty solid player, so I'm guessing he's just one of those new guys, new to the league, who's gotten good pretty fast.
Yeah, there's a decent bit of up-and-comers have joined this season. Even players that have come from 3v3 league and have stepped up to the big league, so to call it. So,
yep,
many debuts this season.
Fully, there's a few people on here I don't recognize. I played against Snuffed once or twice in a pub, but outside of that, I've never played with Frank the Third. I don't know who Python, Clonosaurus, or Buns Bunny are. Well, no, that's a lie. I have played against Buns and Clonosaurus in pubs before, but very lightly, so very limited exposure with them.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Overall, I'm usually pretty good at knowing the newer players, but I don't know who Frank the Third is. Do you know anything about him? QuessX,
I do, yeah. So Frank the Third, one of the, I guess you can call OG Acolytes. Like, they've been on Acolyte for a long time now. If I'm not mistaken, a new player has been putting a ton of time into the game. This might be their debut. I'm not certain. I'm hesitating on a lot of these names because I've been out of the mix, but I think there might be a few debuts happening in these games.
Oh, gotcha. It'll be interesting to see how he does, especially if this is his debut.
Absolutely.
Mr. Pump is saying he's greeting you, QuessX.
Sorry? Oh, how's it going, Pump? You guys will see me in and out of more streams, so you'll have to tune into Dash League if you want to hear this voice.
Heck yeah! I guess your voice is #1 around here.
Iconic play-by-play, and we'll see if I can
play
pull that together again.
The majestic QuessX voice has returned.
Yeah, I'm kind of being a little quiet. I don't know if I like that.
I'm just hanging out, man. I'm waiting for a break for the awkward pauses. That's what I that's what I do best. I break up the awkward pauses with weird commentary that no one wants to hear, but at least it's something. Fills the air.
Better than nothing.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
that's exactly what I like to do too. That can be about anything.
When things start to get interesting, I will ramble for 20 seconds without taking a breath, and then I will stop to breathe, and it's all yours.
So, go ahead.
3-year-old streams Quest when you would do your POVs. Listening to that was. I think I was only really around for the last couple, and I only watched the last one that you ever did. But good lord, it was play-by-play and POV at the same time was crazy for me to watch.
It is a lot of fun, yeah. I'll get to hopefully bring these. I believe these are both new teams to this season, right? These teams didn't play in previous seasons.
Viking played last season.
Viking was your last, but Acolyte is new, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So, it'd be good to give them the soccer commentary treatment.
Yeah, most of the Acolyte players actually came from 3v3.
Ooh, marvelous. It's good to see
Yeah.
3v3 players taking stuff. If you're watching this and you're a 3v3 player, any of these guys could be you, alright?
Yeah.
You can definitely come in, you can step up. Even if you don't feel like you're there yet, oh, trust me, you'll cross the gap.
And if anyone doesn't know what 3v3 is, it changed to Dash League University now. So it's Dash League University currently now.
Absolutely. Great program for getting players into the game, learning how to play, learning the ropes. And if you're already a player, leveling up your gameplay. If you're not in there, check out the Dash League, and you'll be able to get yourself to the next level. It looks like these teams are puddling around the center. We might start. Soon.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We still got some good times. Oh, that was like 3 or 4 of them, maybe.
Oh, Aspie, you back? Hey, for a second there, I'm wondering if you're waiting for. There we go. All right, that's a thumbs up from them. We give them a head nod already. Awesome. There we go. And stepping the game, Acolyte versus Viking. Dashley.
I should probably switch over the game scene, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a look how it's starting here. We've got Acolyte on red and Viking pressing on blue. For those new to the game, the blue team right now for this round is going to be trying to push that payload all the way to the checkpoint. If they do that, they get 6 more minutes to try and push it to the 100%. Red team wants the opposite of that. And after this round is over, they'll switch sides and try it again.
Interesting spot.
Weapons lineup, by the way. 2 shotguns, 2 SMG, or 1 SMG player, a blast, and then a pistol sniper.
Ooh, a little bit of a crumbs breakdown there. Frank the Third walks out with the double. This player dived him, but looked the wrong way. It's difficult to communicate that kind of stuff. These shotguns are getting some work in.
Good stuff. Yeah. I'm through K already.
Getting ready to run back in for some more. I believe there's 3 blues in the area. They make it to the cart. That player goes down. Nice long range snipe with the shotgun. That's a 6 streak here out of Frank. Finally goes down, and then Echo seals the deal. We're seeing a very interesting open air here from these two teams, right? We've got Acolyte staying quite close to cart with power weapons trying to pick players off the payload and around it, and then we've got Viking responding appropriately, trying to stack cart and the area around cart, taking all of those fights. You see that it's earned them control of the area. They're passing back under the shock bridge. 4 minutes, just about 5 minutes on the clock. So they did not get held back too badly at the start there. No, just control.
Mistake me if I'm wrong. Is this a sprinter or a dasher tier lineup or game?
Sprinter, if I'm not
Sprinter?
mistaken. Yeah.
You know, I don't blame you for.
Yes.
I mean, I just witnessed group ups from both sides entering into this section, and I'm like shocked at the level of discipline,
Yeah.
organization come out of these teams right now. Very impressive. If this is sprinter tier now, oh my goodness.
These are 2 sprinter teams that could definitely find themselves in the dasher for a couple
Assuming your
cycles.
6-kill streak.
God,
the
Zoo.
last one, absolutely destroying right now. Aspie.
3 people on him.
Yeah. Very impressive. Yeah, they're grouping. They want to move together as a team. Aspie's waiting for some more fellows. Looks like there was an Acolyte player there. It was Frank in the back line who just died. Aspie might have a zone assigned to them. In this area here, making a path for the teammates to the cart. 4 minutes now through the door. It's quite close and tight, but
Yeah, Acolyte is doing a really good job of getting behind them, and Viking is taking that a little that player focus a little too hard here, and Acolyte is taking advantage of that. They're able to keep them off cart because they keep following backwards to where those players
absolutely,
are.
yeah, they're taking team fights, and you know they're getting picks and such, but they're not able to do so while moving the cart at the same time, which is exactly what red team wants, right? Like, we'll do this all day. We'll gladly fight you as long as the cart doesn't move.
Yeah, Acolyte's doing a great job of forcing Viking to play a bit more passive, not allowing them to take as much space as they want to.
This is the point that Acolyte has been doing a better job now holding Viking back. Viking would have wanted to be around that bend at this point here, and they're going to have to fight to make it to what we call that Great Wall. They want to be at a good pace for safely making the checkpoint.
Yeah, and a great start for Acolyte. Pre-check looking really in sight right now at the pace that Viking's going at. They have got to probably get a better pace if they want a realistic shot at making checkpoint.
Absolutely. We've seen some tremendous picks coming out of Acolyte players here. Lots of them diving into the spawn. Watching Echo right now. 7 kill streak. Remember this. From China, guys. A whole minute. A whole second's worth of latency. This guy's popping off. But we're watching these players. You know, the kills look kind of even. At first, I was looking at the Acolyte sideline. I noticed, you know, everyone's kind of contributing, and then I realized that some of them are not dying. Echo there was 16 and 5. Frank the Third, we saw that with that crazy opening, 15 and 8. So Acolyte maybe a little bit of a killing power advantage here. They don't have that cart to have to defend, so it makes it easier to get picks. Viking did get it to the wall. Rockets have come up. but they've only got 2 minutes now to push that last 20%, 10% to checkpoint.
Frank was froze there for a second. Still got the pick on Aspie.
Yeah, time to go to the depths of the universe and come back. Echo here, stuck in the box. His health gets yoinked from him, and Bugs Bunny will claim his life.
Vikings able to get some picks here, but they just they get one and they're taken out, and it's not really allowing for a Viking to get any wipes to really make some real momentum. It's all micro pushes up till now.
Exactly, we can see Zoo here now chilling in the back with the rockets, and unfortunately I have not been seeing Viking players get far back enough to even scathe this Rocketeer. They're going to need to make some adjustments in the last 60 seconds if they want to make this checkpoint. It's getting a little bit dire now.
Yeah, Zoon Yu not a player traditionally Rocketeer, but I've heard him say that he's someone who's going to be practicing them to get good with them, because Acolyte is in need of a Rocketeer, or for what he said, and that's
Wow, that was really interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on this player then to see, you know, how
Yeah.
the Rocketeering develops as the team.
yeah, I mean, he's doing so far with them.
Hasn't died from what I can tell. He's been putting some good pressure. Of course, like I said, not a ton of challenges from Viking players. Ooh, nice little reach around there. Their teammates have been doing
Currently on an
wonderful
8K,
job.
by the way.
He's just doing a great job keeping that pressure on the cart pre-firing, and he's still not going down. Just amazing movement and positioning from him right now.
We can actually look at the scoreboard and tell exactly who's playing what roles there. Frank, Speed, and Echo are all probably the forward disruptors and the ones controlling those main sidelines. Snuff likely playing closer to cart, and Zoo getting neither kills nor deaths because they've been sitting here calmly with the rockets.
I would like to mention, Speed's on a 10K right now. Not just it went away for a second, but he has not died in a long time, it appears, based on the kill feed.
That is impressive from Speed. 10K.
And that's the half. I did not even see the time.
Just like that, 11 kill streak. He finishes this match without taking a bullet. I don't remember seeing his health even go down. That's very impressive pressure from Acolyte here, especially once the car got to that wall. It was a lock.
I think it's
Mind you, with 4 players.
safe to say Speed's starting to get warmed up a bit, and we are seeing his skill late in that pre-check.
Absolutely. Now Viking will be looking. We saw at the start it was firepower wise quite even, and it's easier to get kills on red because there's no cart to necessarily be bound to. So let's see how tables turn. If Acolyte's able to keep a tremendous force speed, able to keep that strong momentum, or Viking will be able to flip the table the other way.
Aspie starts off with a good 2K. See if he can increase that throughout the shocks. Make it a 3.
On his kill streak, showed 12.
At the same time, however, we can't note that cart. The cart's just grinding. Believe it or not, look who's sitting on it. It's Speed. Just vibing. Getting no more points. His teammates told him, you got too many picks last round. It's our turn now. And they have relegated him to cart. These shocks go down with one more. You know, that might have looked like a weird suicide, but that room there is quite important to this team as we see how they're all set up in closet. That's the space that can keep them all alive out back here. Cart way ahead of pace. I think they're 20 seconds ahead of where Viking was at this point.
Bugs Bunny,
Doing some work.
yeah, doing good on a 3K. Taking out a Acolyte, whatever it's called.
Acolyte, yeah.
Acolyte.
Great headshot there out of Echo.
Some forward pressure from Viking.
Great dashing by Echo, getting the kill from behind.
Was looking for that last bullet, couldn't find it, but Plonosaurus is not going to be able to do anything useful until they get a health there. They just got it. Now they've got no dashes, and that car is still cruising. Finally taken down. Wow, Acolyte's doing a great job of cycling their players onto that payload. You know, everyone is taking different routes and roles, but when that cart goes down, the next comes on. It's a really good discipline from this team. One jumps in behind Zoo, that's Aspie. Drops 2, adds the cart. Nicely done from them.
Tall order here. They've only got about 2.5% before Acolyte is able to take Vikings or take the win here.
Yeah, we're
so
gonna see it in a second here. I mean, there's 5 of them in the area. He's scouting on cart.
that's it. That's game.
So I believe League Payload now they're looking to see how much better they can, how much farther they can push this cart. Testament.
I was told the other day that MMR is working differently, so I'm not exactly sure how a pre-check and a possible 100% would add or subtract from MMR necessarily, if either of you know.
From what I know, it's just a win is a win from what I've heard from people who create the MMR system for this season. So I don't really think any of, like, there's been debates whether there even needs to be a league payload, because once you win, you get the MMR, same as if you get a pre-check and get 100, it's the same as if you just get the win with like 5 seconds left.
Yeah, you basically, it's for awards too. You want to make sure you get the most kills as well. So
yeah,
whoever wants to get the most kills, yeah, that league payload helps out.
He's got that covered.
Yep.
And a great push here now. There is no doubt Acolyte is going to be able to make this checkpoint. Players streaming down main. They can pick on card. There it is.
That's it.
6 more minutes added to the clock. They've got 8 minutes and 43 seconds to make it to that 100. And there is not a red body in the area. Echo here, pushing forward, looking for picks. Currently like 3 kill streak, make that 4. Grabs the health in the basement and now sing back on the ramps by where I call Junction.
As you have said earlier, QuessX, it is just so insanely impressive that Echo's 46 and 22 on 300 plus ping.
Absolutely. I mean, there's lots of players that play at tremendous ping that, and I've seen some incredible performance players like Rapscallion and Nugget and such, but it's crazy to me because you go on any other high ping server yourself and you try to play and you're like, the game is unplayable, right?
Yeah, like, I personally suck on high ping. I don't understand how people are going positive against high dasher teams on 200, 300 ping. It's just amazing in my
It's really
opinion.
remarkable, yeah. You know, to a certain point, it becomes about your capacity to predict your opponent. You need to understand what they're going to do so well that you can react to something that hasn't happened yet. And that's what I find so amazing about these players. I did go and play a season in the Australian League. It was tons of fun, great players there. And you learn the hard way that it's a hard game, right? Predicting what people are going to do and acting to things that haven't happened yet. So it's just truly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, if you play in Hong Kong or Sydney servers, you could you understand how difficult it is and how insanely impressive it is that like Australians, APAC players just adapt to it. They play so much on red ping and American servers that they know how to get around it, and even though it limits them, they know how to find workarounds.
Absolutely. And
We're currently
go ahead.
at 80% with 7 minutes remaining, and so I mean Acolyte is doing an insane job. This is the first time that the cart has really gone down so far in the second half, and they are just keeping that pressure forward. I mean, Vikings on their toes the whole time.
And this is just insane pace, truly. 6:30 with at 81, and they're going to get 100% with several minutes left at this rate.
Absolutely. I don't want to comment. I want to comment that during that spawn advantage moment there that Acolyte had, the card just it couldn't be rivaled, right? We had seen Vikings locked in the spawn like by players such as Frank and Echo, right? They were on their streaks eating people out over in their spawn while Cart was just cruising through in 6 minutes. Tall Order didn't even begin to comment on what needs to happen here. Buns Bunny looking to make it happen.
Buns Bunny doing good with the shocks, keeping them alive, but before he's taken out by Frank III. And here's a good push for Acolyte. 87%, almost 88. Still a little under 6 minutes, and they're moving again. I mean, this is just amazing push and coordination from Acolyte.
So Viking player, they're trying to make some breathing room for their team, pushed up forward, but unfortunately was taken out. And the push continues. Aspie taking one by the cart, drops one off the health. Nice, probably a response to the call out there. One more off the cart. That's a triple, sorry, quadra kill. That's a wipe. Aspie just wipes the whole team himself.
I would like to point out how well Aspie is doing for his team. I mean, 38 and 35, the only person on his team who's positive. He's doing great work, trying to do as much as he can for his team Viking, getting kills, even though it's not going so well overall, knowing that they got pre-checked and they're about to give up 100%.
They might not be taking
Definitely been on the receiving end of a game like this, and it can be frustrating, but, you know, as long as they keep it together, then You know, everything is possible, even with
Yeah.
5 minutes remaining and 4% on there. I mean, anything is possible. Who knows?
Absolutely. How I like to see it, you know, they're still presenting how powerful they can
Yes.
be.
Definitely. And even when you do lose like this, sometimes, or when you do lose like this, it always could be a good learning opportunity to improve for future matches.
Absolutely.
Good
Acolyte
game here, though.
spared no time, 4 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. That was a very, very impressive blue side. I want to say almost that they performed stronger on the blue push than they did on the red. Let's take a look at these scores here. Humble, if you want to do it.
I got you. So, top scoring on Viking, we've got Clonosaurus at 40-45 with 47,000 points. Sorry, 4,700 points, and not 1,000. Top scoring on Acolyte, we've got Speed with 45-33 and 7,000 points. And then top killing on Viking is going to be Aspie with 41-38. And top killing on Acolyte is going to be Echo, just barely beating out Frank the Third and Zuinu with 51-31. Following down the rest of that line, we've got Firefox Dust with 33-51, Buns Bunny with 29-46, and Python with 23-48, excuse me. Then on Acolyte, we've got Frank the Third, 49-30, like I said, Zuinu, 47-34, and Snuffed with 34 and 39.
That was a really impressive game. Like I told you, we would get some action, and we were definitely delivered action from both sides throughout the entirety of that match. I found the openers to be just particularly interesting. There was a lot of action, right? There wasn't too much of people waiting back and teams pushing out. Maybe a little bit on the Acolyte side just because of the overwhelming clear they got at the start, but both teams were really pushing in, trying to drop that cart, even at the very beginning, right? The whole way through, there was a lot of focus on that payload from both teams, and it was awesome to watch.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, no, it was a great game.
Our next map here is going to be the Slugfest that Triangle Factory dubbed Quarry. This map used to be way more miserable. I remember back in the alpha, there was no tunnel, and everyone went B, and everyone died B for 25 minutes. Actually, in the alpha, there was no timer, so an old player, Abractors, told me a story that one time they got on, played Quarry for an hour and a half, got off, came back, got on the game 5 hours later to play the same Quarry because it was still going.
Crazy.
So that was the Quarry that we used to have, and the addition of the tunnel has made this a vastly more interesting map. Some players actually now swear by Quarry over maps that are legendary, such as Launchpad and Canyon. It's really been a good improvement, that tunnel that Triangle Factory added. Lots of different strategies have emerged to try and get domination. Some players tried to aim for control over the lanes of the map. Some teams are trying to just slam as much pressure on the opponent and hope they crack. We're gonna get to see which strategies these two teams pull and how those play against each other. We saw mechanically, it's a pretty close line.
Any changes?
Acolyte.
Looks like they got one on Acolyte.
Well, that's true. I'm trying to see who's missing.
Would be.
Yep.
Snuff.
God, I had it. Sorry. Yeah, Snuffed. Thank you.
There we
Good
go.
lord.
Yeah, so Snuffed out for ADDH95. Potentially also a newer player. I'm not certain if it's a debut or a rename, but
Not sure.
we'll begin to see their performance. They have
He's
a
level
so
40.
40, yeah. Could be a newer player. Which would be really cool to see. And did we get any substitutions over on the Viking side, or they're keeping the warm players warm?
It looks like they just kept the 5 that they had last map. If you remember, they had trouble getting people in, so I'm guessing they might not have a lot of subs available.
Absolutely. Well, you know, halfway through the game starts, suddenly all of your team is available that were not showing up 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Hey, at least they got a 5v5 bonus. That's amazing.
Yeah. Other than
So they were-
forfeit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were rewarded for it. That was a really fun game to watch. Looks like we got a thumbs up from Zoo. We'll let them know we're ready to see their next match.
Yep.
There it is.
Let's switch over to game scene.
Exactly.
Which side of this has the advantage on Quarry? I know one of them does. I believe it's blue has the advantage on Quarry.
Technically, it depends on your handedness, but it is because of the dash pickup at B that certain teams find it easier to do the route. I believe when they're blue.
Elimination.
Yeah.
but I say it depends on your handedness because players adapt with the opposite hand.
Oh my god, what a
Countdown,
play.
ready, Acolyte
Also, what?
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Tremendous.
Couldn't
I couldn't even make
out
it.
of the gate.
Yeah.
Someone's gotta clip that flick by Echo. I mean, he just like, he was wiping his headset or something and he just headshot him. That was insane. Not to mention the quick flick, but wow. What a start.
Crazy performance.
In less than a minute.
Frank the third here tapping the button, rushing. Gets one pick in the doorway and it's going to move out with speed, I believe.
At a countdown.
Another one. So my guess is, they got someone rushing through the.
They have 2 people running through tunnel.
There's another countdown, so Viking is 3 players up. Look other ways to get the button. They're all dropping in their base. There's 2 people on the button. Hold us. 1 more player left.
Python is up.
Yes, Python. He goes down. And
That's it.
Another team wipe.
Wow.
Very
You
impressive.
potentially see a Corey
might-
record here.
Yeah, we might be looking at a really fast Corey.
Yeah,
This
very
is the debut for ADD. I am so sorry. This is not going to be their greatest debut. It's not their fault. There is no gameplay. This is over. Tremendous speed from their team.
Also, hello, Jaded.
Viking going to need to make a very important adjustment here if they want story to last longer. A weird sentence, but
See, Acolyte's got their strategy dialed in. All 5 people know exactly what they're doing at any one given moment for the whole game. I mean, those opening 2 points were just perfectly coordinated, and you could see them trying to do the same thing on this map. Looks like Viking was able to kind of disrupt a little bit more than usual, though.
I
So
mean, this is absolutely ridiculous coordination from a brand new team. I mean, it is. I can't express how impressive it is, how well they're coordinating, even though this is their second match together.
someone
we're
looks at
watching
there.
ADD looking to get a pick out. And Subway, they'll go down unfortunately while chasing that pick. Bonnie's Bunny here will reclaim and counter be very critical counter there. Frank will bring that back. The pressure from Acolyte is tremendous on this Corey. I mean,
Yeah, I
they're bringing
remember.
firepower with speed here.
Before this match, I didn't know who Frank the Third was. Wasn't sure how good he is, but starting 9-1 and going off in that payload, it is clear that there's no one to be
In charge. Frank went in there on a 4v1 and was so confident in his ability to just take care of business. I love it.
I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, he's been going off today.
Yeah.
One of the most notorious players, Rexac, I believe, is a coach and captain on this team, and a common phrase that we'd like to jokingly say about Rexac is to make sure you win your 1v4s and 1v5. And I think Frank took that to heart, has been taking a lot of those 1v4s and winning them. Another countdown here from
One up. That's it. That's game.
1-3, and that is
3-0.
Wow.
Less than 5 minutes. What a game.
Less than 4 minutes. 3 minutes 30. Less than 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That was incredible to watch. Wow.
Everyone on Acolyte owes ADD Boba Tea. They did not give them any chance to get picks. It's not their fault. But that was a truly mesmerizing performance. Crazy good organization and execution from Acolyte. Viking just didn't have the response. They weren't able to adjust in time to what Acolyte was bringing to the table there. Let's look at these scores.
Yeah, so on Viking, top scoring is going to be Buns Bunny with 1932 score and a 5.8 KD. I'm going to look at my phone for the rest of the scores because I can already tell people they're going to start leaving. So give me a second to get caught up to date. So, yeah, Buns Bunny, like I said, top killing on Acolyte was Frank the Third with 13 and 2. I believe he also top scored with 25 and 6. I'm sorry, I'm waiting for my phone to update properly, so it might take a second. Here we go. All right, yeah, so Frank the Third was top killing and top scoring with an over 2 KD, by the way, on Acolyte, 2,500 score. And then on Viking, top killing was Clonosaurus with a 1 KD of 7.7 and a score of 1781. Then going down the rest of the line on Viking Aspie with a 3 and 7, Python with a 3 and 8, and Firefox Dust with a 2 and 9. On Acolyte side, we've got Zoo and You taking up second with 6 and 7 and a pretty decent score there. Speed with 8 and 4, Echo with 10 and 5, and ADD, I'm just going to call you ADHD, with 1 and 3. Again, no one left any room for you to perform, so if this is your debut, you did an excellent job.
Absolutely. That was a tremendous showing. Like I said, both teams brought, but we knew our strong players coming from that canyon. But ACLT, I really believe it was a strategy execution here, right? Like they brought a truly impressive strategy and executed it without failure, it seems. And it just took 2 points practically instantaneously. And there was an adjustment there from Viking that stopped the immediate score of the 3rd point, but ACLT was able to keep that pressure and get happen in the end.
Hello there.
So we got captain of ACLT come in and to the booth. What's up, Sue?
Nothing much. Just
How
fresh
you?
off the game. Hi, Nick. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Kind of a little tired, but nothing too big.
Yeah, you sound out of breath.
Gotta ask,
Just
I'm
a little.
dying to know, Zoo, with those points scored so rapidly there in the quarry, what were comms like?
It was honestly a lot of just what happened. Where were they? But it was
So
mostly
you guys
just
were
okay.
shocked yourselves,
Try that
too.
again. Pardon? Say that again, please.
So an extent, you guys yourselves were quite shocked.
Yes, very much so.
Absolutely. From what we could see on the spectator end, I mean, you rolled with an organized strategy, and everyone did their job, and it worked. It was remarkably well executed. There was a fun moment there where Echo was wiping their headset and killed someone halfway through. Maybe rewatch the stream and clip that one. But
Wait,
really cool stuff
actually?
there.
Yes, it was unbelievable.
Echo's
when you
insane.
get to the point.
He's honestly one of my favorite players I've actually gotten a chance to play with.
Echo, I'm convinced he's not even human. I mean, he is just a different breed.
Awesome stuff. Well, let's ask a little bit about that canyon as well. Both teams there brought a really fun to watch canyon there. And there was a lot of focus on the payload we saw for both teams on both sides. You know, even at the start of the match, you guys, when you were red, were jumping in behind that cart and trying to get a lot of picks, especially at the start. What is it like, you know, diving in and there's 4 boot players firing and you're trying to organize your team? How did that feel?
Well, that's where, like you said, I sound out of breath a little bit. It's just you gotta get the adrenaline up and just try and push as fast as possible, or you're just gonna get shot. You can't have really any hesitation. You have to trust in your team to back you up there.
Excellent stuff. And then moving there, you guys did a tremendous job later on in that same payload when you were blue this time. After the checkpoint, that card did not go down until it was all the way under the attic. What was that moment like for you guys?
Pretty good. That comes down to just the pure amount of scrims we've done against lower and higher tier teams. Just trying to play around that cart and push out when we can, keeping that bridge dash down, just to make sure no one can get to our cart.
Excellent stuff. Thank you for a really, really impressive showing from you and your team there. You guys played formidably and should be very proud of your performance.
Trust me, we all. Yeah, shoutouts to Speed that just jumped in last minute there. We had a couple problems with getting our players in, and shoutouts to Echo for just constantly doing just things that everybody else feels impossible, and just to all the coaches that ACLT has. We can't really do it without them, especially with like DLU support as well. It's really a community effort.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Viking was able to field 5 too. That's really nice.
Yes, it was. That was the scary part with trying to schedule this game. Was apparently there's a couple Viking drops last minute.
Yeah. So you think it might have been a little bit different if small quad was there, or do you think it might have went the same?
Well, I hope the outcome would have been the same, but there'd definitely be a lot more challenge. There'd be a lot more cohesion, I'd say, because he is the main shot caller, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure too. He probably calls the shots.
Yeah.
But anyways, Zoo, I'm pretty sure you're not really tired. You're probably gonna get on some more Hyperdash.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I probably have to say hi to some of my family members that showed up mid-game.
Yeah. And I'll probably get on a little bit later myself. I haven't been on all weekend, so I'm gonna try and get on too.
Sweet, I'll try and find you in pubs later then.
Cool. Sounds good. Dashall is going to be doing the last match for today. It's Grit versus Icon, and that's in about an hour and 20. And then tomorrow we got 5 matches going on. We got Ace versus Fire at 4 a.m., which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be available for that, but I think we do have someone for it. Dougie is gonna be doing his debut of casting for the DG and Viking match tomorrow. And Jester TBDI playing, Pew and Sky and Emerald and Hope playing. So that's gonna be a lot of matches for Sunday.
Yeah, definitely tune into that Jester match for no reason.
Yeah,
don't look into it.
Yeah, it might because Humble might be on it.
I mean, that would be crazy. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be weird.
Anyways, guys, I got nothing else. So you guys have anything else?
Just the always reminder, if you have not been told a billion times yet today, like, comment, and subscribe on these videos. It gets you more of the content you love and helps us as well. There's more, like I said, there's 1 more stream for today and 5 tomorrow, so make sure you tune in, clear your schedule, lock your room door, and buy your popcorn.
Or you can watch it later. But yes, always nice to give some comments in there. And then Rexac said, shout out to Zoo's family. So if Zoo, you're still here, shout out to your family. Anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for commentating, guys. Appreciate you very much. This was a good booth right here. And we'll see you guys next time on Dash League Network.
Yes, sir.
If I can get my stuff. I should have had my stuff ready. That was my closing, huh? Where is it?
Alright bots, it's called Ko-Fi. It lets you support Dash League with a little money each month, and in return you get some sweet things. For $5 a month, you get a cool custom Discord role. For $10 a month, you get the role and you get a personal shout out each cast. And for $25, you can get all of that and a free Dash League t-shirt every season. Now that's less than you'd spend on a coffee per month. Oh wait, you're bots. You don't drink coffee. Or live. You kinda just stand there. Anyway, support Dash League by signing up on the Ko-Fi website. The link is in the description.
I hunt geese.
I'm gonna pretend that I didn't hear that. Support Dash League now on Ko-Fi and get cool things in return. Later, bots.